Hello there, Hinterlanders everywhere.
Alright, hope everybody's doing well. Had a very up and down day yesterday and earlier this morning, but I am back to normal more or less right now, so hopefully all will be fun and dandy tomorrow, and I will talk about this kind of, I guess I call it a failed project. Years ago, and I mean literally years ago, I started buying a few football cards here that nobody else seemed to be buying, and I was buying Canadian football cards from the CFL, and I thought, you know what a fun project, because some of the cards kind of look like the Topps baseball designs, the 71s and 72s and so forth, and I thought that was kind of cool, and I'll show you those in a minute here. And to go along with this, let's show you the binder first here before I get into it here. And this is my new binder, a Burton binder here. I just found that sticker at the bins and stuck it on their Burton snowboards. And CFL, very, very easy to read there. And that encompasses all the CFL cards. I think I'm just going to do 70s era cards in here. But I want to call this a failed project already as I make a new binder for it. Years ago, I picked up a few cards and got a couple autographs here. And I'll show those to you. These are first cards here I got off of, I think it was, oh gosh, I can't think of it right now. One of those card places that has their super mint ones for like $1 or $2. I forget what it's called. I just looked at them right now. Well, anyway, it's Batter's Box. I think I got these from the Batter's Box here, and I might have gotten some of these CFL cards from the Batter's Box as well too, because, you know, getting a mint, you know, CFL card for $1 or $2 was fine by me, and it was free shipping at the time. Some of these are not super mint, but they're okay. Bob Krause happens to be card number 1, that's why I was not worried about that little smudge there. But anyway, I have 3 signed, one by Joe Forzani, one by Wayne Giardino, and then I have one, you can really barely read it, that's Sam Scarber there. And I also do have another one here, Nub Beamer. Nub Beamer signed that. Most of these people have been since passed away. I don't know about Forzani, Scarber, and Giardino. But we're really frustrating here, so I thought maybe I would revive this collection here. And I thought I had more cards. There's 3 more of the 72s, and I'm sure I had more of them. I just cannot find them, and perhaps I've mailed them off and lost them. Here's Joseph Poirier right here. This is a 70, I believe. And then this is Edmonton Eskimos Len Vela right here. I don't know what year that is. I have to write that down somewhere. But anyway, so I thought, oh sure, I'm just going to get a few cards here. So I've been going through Star Tiger and Sports Card Forum to see if I could find anything. Star Tiger was so out of date. It was absolutely ridiculous. I had to tell Star Tiger that A.D. Whitfield had passed away in 21 or something like that, or 2020. I don't know, it was a long time ago A.D. Whitfield passed away. I did find, you know, an RIP in Sports Card Forum, but it was not marked as RIP on the outside. Somebody had marked it in the comment section, RIP died. And he had NFL football cards, and I think he also had CFL cards. But like I said, the stuff in Star Tiger was ridiculously out of date. People hadn't reported any successes in 5 or 10 years, and it's crazy. And there were so many players listed without any information whatsoever. It was ridiculous. So I went to a Sports Card Forum, and I wanted to see if Mark Cosmos was in there. And sure enough, Mark Cosmos is in Sports Card Forum, and it was an address I posted. And then I basically said, failure, Mark Cosmos died in November 2020. And I did not know that until just now. But you see, I basically said Mark Cosmos is no longer at this address, sent OPC and an OU custom, because I guess he went to Oklahoma or something like that. So yeah, CFL and University of Oklahoma. And I thought, you know what? He's a U.S. college player and a Canadian football player. Why wouldn't somebody want to get his card signed? And again, there's the Mark Cosmos right here, have here in a moment here. And there's nothing worse than having people that are still alive or barely alive, and again, trying to get people's autographs here. Now, I wrote that letter in 2015, and not one person even made any mention or note of him whatsoever. You know, so nobody in the planet ever wrote Mark Cosmos. or ever thought to write him, or even made a mention of it. Maybe somebody wrote to him with a secret private address or whatever, but I didn't have a good one. So I was looking at Mark Cosmos to find him on Canada 411, which is the Canada phone book or something like that, and I found nothing. Same thing with A.D. Whitfield. I found nothing, so I had to do my own backwards research and find out these people had died. So I basically told, Sports Card Forum, like they're going to even care, that Mark Cosmos died in 2020. And the last thing I want to do, because it's very embarrassing when people write to deceased players, and then get, I did that one time to some NASCAR guy and I felt really terrible. And I can't think of the guy's name, but the family sent some sort of obituary notice from like the year prior or something like that. Like, whoopsie daisies, I did not know that. But again, these forums are not up to date if you're not doing anything. And that's the whole reason I started this project, because again, I started picking up cards because I had plenty of Canada postage at the time, and I said, you know what? And how many people have written Sam Scarborough? A couple people, because he was on Cheers. That's why I wrote to Sam Scarborough. I wrote to Hugh Oldham, and he didn't sign because it was a bad address. I think I sent him out twice or something, and that card came back in mint condition. He was a University of Oregon alumni, and I said, well, why not get Oregon, alumni? Again, college, people are writing to college people left and right. Crazy town right now. People are just sending college athletes all kinds of mini helmets and 8x10 photographs and all kinds of, pieces of floor and jersey swatches to get autographed. And people are not writing college athletes that were in college in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. They're just not. They're not sending any of those. Are they chopped liver now? What is going on here? And that's what was really frustrating to me, because I tried writing Al Marcelin, but again, I could not find a good address for him. And he technically is still alive, but these guys are way into their 70s. I think he might even be closer up to 80. I think Bob Krause has since passed away, but I bought Al Marcelin because he's another, I think he was out of California? I don't remember exactly what I looked up here. I could be wrong on that one there. I don't know if Eric Guthrie is alive here. I just don't really know. But again, when you're a TTMer, it takes a lot more extra effort here. Everybody's just writing the easy ones. I was just sick and tired of not getting TTM, so I wrote Zane Smith and got 3 Zane Smith autographs. And that's how you do it. You write to this old standbys and get your junk wax signed. But no one on the planet is writing any CFL players at all. And it's really frustrating because I want a dual purpose set and I have no base to start on. I have to basically start from scratch and tell everybody else what to do. And then when I tell everybody else what to do, they don't follow my lead and my work goes unnoticed and nobody adds to it. That's what you do these YouTube videos for, is you prep them for somebody to keep going and keep going and keep going. I'm not going to basically go to a card show and spend $10,000 on one card because Jeff Wilson started that train going. There's no way I can do that. Everybody's done the whole, I went to the LCS and hit the 10-cent box, or I went to this particular event and I bought this, or I bought a slabbed celebrity autograph or baseball autograph or sort of thing, or I got my first 19 tobacco card. People made all those kind of videos here. Again, I'm seeing time and again where sets and cards and things are overlooked on the. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to not buy, Joe Theismann is the only reason why you'd buy CFL cards. That's really the only reason here. I have a little interest in here because somebody locally played in the CFL back in like 5-10 years ago, and they were quite the star for 1 year. Took him to the Grey Cup, and I guess it was the BC Lions or something that won the whole thing. I think it was the Lions, if I'm not mistaken. Travis Lulay, he lives just a few minutes down from where I'm at, but I have not gotten around to asking him for his autograph because I just don't want to, I've talked to him before, I just don't really, I've seen him a couple times. It's like, this is not the place to ask for autographs. It just really isn't. So I just not have really worried about that. I do have a couple cards, not going to worry about me. But again, if I go to, I just lost the thing here. But see, I'm looking up CFL cards. Yeah, batter's box right here. You see, I'm not going to go and be spending $11 on a card that I'm not going to get graded or autographed here, just for the sake of having that card. This is a nice card here, and this is one of the punch outs here. Nobody's ever showed this card online. on YouTube or anything. I don't think anybody's ever shown these cards here. Wally Gabler of Winnipeg right there. Again, nobody seems to care. I mean, it's not, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's the Venezuela leagues. Maybe it's Japan cards. Maybe that's the thing of the week or the month or whatever. But I don't know. How are you supposed to TTM, you know, everybody TTMs Canadian hockey and American hockey. They TTM golf. They TTM every sport. But I've not seen anybody TTM old vintage. And again, time is of the essence here. It's really frustrating because I posted that address of Mark Cosmos in 2015. I'll go back to that page here. So yeah, so it says, yeah, so I yeah, back in 3/2015, 8/3/2015, I mentioned that address was no longer legit, and nothing has happened. And since then, you know, a couple years ago in 2020, he died 5 years, you know, and then it's been 7 years since, you know, I've mentioned that. So nothing happens, you know, just because you post something online doesn't mean you're going to get any responses to anything. Absolutely crazy. So what am I to do? So my thing is that maybe I might just buy these cards for the fun of it and not worry about the autographs. But again, I got 3 very nice responses from these people because they probably don't get tons of autograph requests. But again, I would like to add more than 3 and 4, you know, before everything is gone or before their autographs turn to crud, or yeah, I really don't know what to do. So let me know what I should do with this project, if I should just proceed with caution or start buying commons, or if I should just go gangbusters and build the whole set, or if I should do like the 72 or the 70, 71. What should I do? Again, I'm also frustrated because I think I have more cards, but I have looked high and low through my entire collection, and again, it's that time of year again when you got to start purging cards again, and I got to purge, you know, if I make any progress here, I got to purge over 1,000 cards to make any kind of progress. You know, not this silly purging like 25 cards and throwing off to somebody on YouTube. That's not how it works, you know, and I got to start, you know, thinking, does this collection really belong in a binder, or does it go in a box? Because all these 75 to 150 binders that it's coming to fairly shortly, I don't have shelf space for all of them, and that CFL binder is only to offload my football binder that's getting too crazy and damaging the cards. So if anybody has any ideas what I can do, or if anybody knows any of these Canadian football players that from back in the day that sign, you know, then maybe I can get some stamps and send them, because the stamp show's coming up. I should buy some Canada postage for some of those ones I need to get for hockey. And again, a TTMer's nightmare when you have cards and people are living and there is nobody that knows anything about anything, and you gotta basically tell the forums that these people are now deceased 5 years later. It's absolutely most ridiculous thing. So hope you got something out of that, and I'm sorry for the kind of the complaint or rant, but I'm just at a loss what to do. I'm right now out of my wheelhouse. I'm kind of stuck right now. So any information you'd be happy to give me would be appreciated, and thank you for watching.